For more than a decade, Penny from The Big Bang Theory felt less like a sitcom character and more like a familiar presence in people's homes. She was funny without trying, flawed without apology, and warm in a way that balanced out the sharp intellect of the scientists around her. Penny wasn't a genius in physics, but she was emotionally intelligent, socially intuitive, and deeply human. Through her friendships, struggles, and romantic missteps, audiences saw pieces of themselves. She represented resilience, humor in failure, and the courage to keep going even when life didn't turn out as planned. Penny became a symbol of relatability in a show built on extraordinary minds. Kaley Cuoco, the woman behind the smile. Kaley Cuoco brought Penny to life with an ease that made the role feel effortless, but that effortlessness was the result of years of work that began long before The Big Bang Theory. Acting since childhood, Cuoco grew up in front of cameras, learning early how to perform, adapt, and succeed in an industry that rarely slows down. By the time she joined the cast of the show, she already had years of experience, yet nothing could fully prepare her for the level of fame that followed. The smile audiences adored was real, but it was also part of a professional armor she had learned to wear, becoming an icon. Almost overnight, when The Big Bang Theory became a global phenomenon, Cuoco's life changed rapidly. The show dominated television ratings, pop culture conversations, and award seasons, and Penny became one of the most recognizable characters on television. With that recognition came opportunity, admiration, and financial success, but also scrutiny and pressure. Every public appearance, interview, and career decision became subject to commentary. Success arrived loudly and quickly, leaving little room to quietly process what it meant to suddenly be known everywhere, all the time. The weight of playing one role for 12 years, playing Penny for 12 seasons, brought stability and creative fulfillment. But it also came with challenges that are rarely discussed openly. Spending more than a decade in a single role can blur the line between character and actor, especially when the character's beloved. Audiences often associate the warmth and confidence of Penny directly with Cuoco herself, forgetting that acting is a performance, not a complete reflection of real life. Over time, carrying that expectation can feel heavy, as if one is required to live up to a version of themselves that exists primarily on screen. Life after the final episode. When The Big Bang Theory ended in 2019, it marked the close of an era not only for fans, but for Cuoco personally. The show had been a constant presence in her adult life, shaping her routine, relationships, and sense of professional identity. Stepping away meant more than losing a job. It meant saying goodbye to a chapter that had defined her for years. Transitions like this, even when chosen and anticipated, can bring unexpected emotions, including uncertainty and grief for what once was. Success doesn't eliminate struggle. From the outside, Cuoco's post-Big Bang Theory career appeared seamless. She starred in acclaimed projects like The Flight Attendant, earned award nominations, and stepped confidently into producing. Yet success does not eliminate internal challenges, and Cuoco has spoken honestly about moments of loneliness, anxiety, and emotional fatigue. These experiences do not negate her achievements. They exist alongside them. Her openness reminds audiences that professional accomplishments and personal struggles are not mutually exclusive. Growing up in the public eye, starting a career at a young age can shape how a person understands themselves and the world. Cuoco spent much of her formative years working, traveling, and adapting to adult environments while still growing emotionally. This can complicate the transition into adulthood, as personal identity often develops under public observation. Mistakes feel larger, growth feels slower, and privacy becomes harder to protect. Navigating these realities requires resilience and self-awareness, qualities Cuoco has continued to develop over time. The pressure to always be fine. Public figures often feel an unspoken expectation to appear positive, grateful, and composed at all times. For someone known for playing a bubbly, confident character, that expectation can be even stronger. Cuoco has acknowledged how difficult it can be to reconcile internal feelings with external perceptions. Admitting vulnerability in an industry that values strength and likability is not easy, yet doing so can be an act of quiet courage rather than weakness. Mental health as a human experience. Discussions around mental health have evolved significantly in recent years, and Cuoco's willingness to speak about her own experiences contributes to that progress. Rather than framing challenges as dramatic or tragic, she has approached them as part of being human. Stress, self-doubt, and emotional exhaustion are realities many people face, regardless of profession. Hearing a successful actor acknowledge these feelings helps normalize conversations that were once hidden behind stigma and silence. Reinventing a career on her own terms. One of the most meaningful chapters of Cuoco's post-sitcom journey has been her move into producing. By taking creative control, she has expanded the types of stories she tells and the roles she takes on. This shift represents growth rather than escape, a way to stay engaged with her craft while shaping a career that aligns more closely with her evolving interests. Reinvention, after all, is not about abandoning the past, but building upon it with intention. The loneliness that can accompany fame often brings visibility, but not always connection. Cuoco has spoken about moments when success felt isolating, when surrounded by people yet craving genuine understanding. This paradox is common in high-profile lives, where relationships can become complicated by expectations and assumptions. Recognizing this reality allows for a more compassionate understanding of what celebrity life truly entails beyond the glamour. Penny versus reality. The contrast between Penny's lighthearted confidence and Cuoco's private challenges highlights an important truth about acting. Characters are crafted narratives designed to entertain and resonate, while real people are layered and evolving. Penny's optimism does not negate Cuoco's moments of struggle, just as Cuoco's resilience does not diminish Penny's charm. Understanding this distinction helps audiences appreciate both the performance and the person behind it. The cost of being constantly watched, living under continuous public attention, can subtly affect how one makes decisions, expresses emotions, and processes personal experiences. For Cuoco, learning to separate her authentic self from public perception has been an ongoing journey. Establishing boundaries, prioritizing well-being, and choosing when to step back from visibility are acts of self-care rather than retreat. These choices reflect maturity and self-respect rather than fragility. Strength in vulnerability. There is strength in acknowledging difficulty without letting it define you. Cuoco's story is not one of collapse or decline, but of adjustment and growth. By continuing to work, create, and speak honestly, she demonstrates that vulnerability and ambition can coexist. Her journey challenges outdated notions that strength requires silence and that success must look effortless. A broader reflection on Hollywood Cuoco's experiences echo a larger pattern within the entertainment industry, where long hours, high expectations, and constant evaluation are normalized. Her story invites a more nuanced conversation about how success is measured and supported. It encourages empathy not only for actors, but for anyone navigating demanding careers while trying to maintain emotional balance. The role of resilience. Resilience is not about never struggling. It is about continuing despite struggle. Cuoco's ability to adapt, seek growth, and remain engaged with her work reflects a deep resilience shaped by years of experience. This resilience is quieter than applause, but far more enduring, built through self-reflection and perseverance. How fans see her now. For many fans, revisiting Penny brings comfort and nostalgia, a reminder of laughter and familiarity. Knowing more about Cuoco's real-life journey adds depth to that connection rather than diminishing it. It allows fans to appreciate the performance while extending empathy to the person behind it. This layered understanding enriches rather than complicates the legacy of the show. A career. Still unfolding, Kaley Cuoco's story is far from finished. She continues to explore new roles, develop projects, and evolve both professionally and personally. Growth does not follow a straight line, and her willingness to embrace change suggests a future defined by curiosity rather than fear. Each chapter builds upon the last, informed by experience rather than confined by it. Remembering Penny with empathy. Looking back at Penny now comes with a blend of fondness and understanding. The character remains a symbol of humor and heart, while Cuoco's real-life journey reminds us that joy and difficulty often exist side by side. This duality does not lessen the magic of the show. It deepens it by grounding it in humanity. The humanity behind the fame. At its core, Kaley Cuoco's journey reflects a universal truth. Behind every public image is a private individual navigating growth, uncertainty, and change. Her story encourages a more compassionate view of success, one that recognizes effort, vulnerability, and persistence as equally valuable achievements. a story of continuation, not conclusion. Rather than a tale of heartbreak, Cuoco's life after the Big Bang Theory is a story of continuation. It is about learning, adapting, and choosing authenticity over expectation. The spotlight may shift, but the person remains, growing in ways that cameras cannot always capture. Final reflection. In the end, Penny will always hold a special place in television period history, and Kaley Cuoco will always be the artist who brought her to life. Understanding the difference between character and person allows both to be honored fully. Cuoco's journey is not defined by struggle alone, but by resilience, creativity, and the courage to keep moving forward. Remembering Penny now comes with laughter, nostalgia, and deeper empathy for the human story behind the smile.